What is going on out there, Toy Canic fans and Toy Canic Toy Canics and training fans of all the good stuff and just Crewmaru people in general. It's Sunday, which means we're going to be talking some nerd stuff with my man Chrisman,
Sunday fun day.
my man Jay, who's already working.
What's
Look
up,
at this
everybody?
guy. Look at this guy. He's always working.
Look at this
Always
dude.
working.
Always.
My main boy Esteban.
What's up, man?
Right on, guys. What's going on? And we do have some more joining us later on. I think Ori might be showing up. Johnny might show up as well. But for right now, this is it. How's everybody doing today? You guys doing all right?
Oh yeah,
Doing
had a
good.
great day.
All right. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. I just got me a fun little droid in.
Ooh.
That's the R46DO. Not a sought after droid at all. What's up, Johnny? What's going
Hello.
on, man?
Sorry, that phone call took a second.
Ain't no worries, man. Ain't no worries. Yeah, and like I said, this guy came in. Not a hard droid to get a hold of. I think it was part of the Walmart collectors thing or whatever that they throw out, and not even close to selling out. But he's really cool because he's got orange. I wish he had gray and orange. I should paint him, but I just like the way he looks. He looks neat. I don't know if you guys got any new pickups or anything like that, but
Actually, yeah.
oh,
This is what I interrupted you earlier and then corrected and let you finish what you're saying. The check targets right now.
ooh,
They
nice.
got the
Trouble bubble.
Bubble.
Yeah, the
We better
Python
be
Patrol Trouble Bubble for $13.46.
Oh, dang, really?
That's not
Oh,
bad
man.
at all.
They only had one, Billy, or I would have.
Hey, don't worry about it.
I would have sent you a text.
Ain't no worries, man.
It's too bad, Blaine.
Could have been trading
But
out.
check- I know. Well, that was my thought. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
no, are there any more? Are there any more? And then there were.
I need to message my wife. She was actually gonna go to Target today to. She's like, I was like, hey, if they got any like clearance Star Wars stuff, let me know.
Yeah, make
She's
sure.
like,
I don't
"No, I
know
would."
if yours has an actual clearance section, but normally, like that stuff sits. For me, it normally sits in the area, like GI Joe, Transfer, whatever. And they just put clearance tags on it. They actually made a clearance section for all this shit. So
Yeah, usually what they do is they put them on mine. They put them on the end caps. Like they're always on the end caps for some reason out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
mine's like always like in cap or it's like an aisle that's just like clearance, but it has like usually GI Joe, Marvel Legends that been packed warming for months, and then like kid toys.
Yeah.
right, nice.
You never know what you're gonna find over there. There's usually like, especially if you wanted those what was it, Power Ranger Karate Kid figures. Man,
Yeah,
those are really good. Those are really good figures too. But nobody wanted them.
yeah.
Understandably.
Nobody asked for that. What's up, the film addicts? Thanks for showing up.
Hey.
Yeah. So I know we had been discussing talking about some, I guess some either wants, predictions, or whatnot. You know, since Deadpool and Wolverine. I know we mentioned it last time when we were in here, but we didn't really get into what merchandise or what figures that we might be seeing from that. But not only that, I'm thinking also like just the future of these just watching X-Men 97 and all the stuff that could be coming up right now as well. I don't know what else we could be possibly seeing. Obviously the speculation and then right now the world is kind of just open for whatever we want to show up. I was looking at my I've got a 1/1 scale Ant-Man Giant Man helmet. That's like a prop or whatever, and I'm like, well, there's a
Easy.
Dio. How about that?
They about to release a Deadpool and Wolverine version with the skull in it.
Yeah, they're and just a
And some
full,
dust.
a full body. You could buy a 1/1 scale man. That you just buy.
A
Carry
bunch of
another
you lay
banner.
there.
They could make some props of the Wolverine claws with real metal and all that. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I've been chasing that dream since I was a kid, though.
Yeah.
Or like the zombie Deadpool head. You could just
Ever
have
since that Pizza Hut commercial with the X-Men toys. That kid pops them claws. I was like, oh, we got to go to Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
We're not going to have that. We're going.
Dude,
I'm
that's
going to find out the hard way.
Dude, Johnny, that's so funny you bring that up. I think I mentioned that. I don't know if I mentioned that last time or told you guys about it, but I found like a whole on YouTube. There's a whole compilation of all the X-Men toy commercials, and they've got those Pizza Hut commercials in there too. And you're like, man, And then there's like the little like when Pepsi didn't do it, which if you guys haven't seen that documentary, it's hilarious where Pepsi, where's my jet or whatever.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so they actually had the small text on there for that's like these you can't do that. These metal claws aren't going to be a thing.
I couldn't read at the time. I just knew I needed them.
You just that was all you wanted. Just like, hey, mom, could you imagine like the parents that are like, yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah, just give me the claws, please, on the side.
Yeah,
Just don't
Like-
use it on your siblings and the animals. You're fine.
Don't tell me what to do with my claws.
yeah. That was me with the pizza thrower. It's like you're not supposed to like shoot this at your cousins, but you can, and they're really fast.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
That thing had like a car engine in it. That was
that's
nuts.
me with my
Give me a pepperoni.
Archer crossbow. I shot my cousin in the face with it.
Oh, there you go. On
Yeah, it
purpose.
was on yeah, it was on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. It's far enough out.
Yeah, I was a kid, but he must have did something to piss me off, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Screw you. I know it's your birthday, but I don't care. Stop.
Oh man, it was his
He
birthday.
must have. did
Oh yeah, it was his
something.
birthday. To this day, they're like, yeah, so you're not shooting people in the face with a crossbow, right? I'm like, bro, that was 20-some years ago. Like, I don't forget.
Yeah, that was his birthday, man. That was a core memory.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't
Must-
forget.
Yeah, you got
I'm
that
like, all right,
locked in.
fine, whatever.
You messed him
Just
up
get us
real
around
bad.
bows and you now.
Was
Had
it?
it just been a random Saturday, he probably would have forgot.
Yeah. Was
But,
that like was the bow? The bow wasn't like a present for him, was it?
No. It was, I can actually hold on. Give me a second.
That would have been worse. Do you
Oh,
have
he
it?
still has the
Another
war
one.
trophy. Hell
I
yeah.
was like, do you have this? thing?
Okay, so the shit.
Oh, it's Archer. Oh, it's like Archer from Soldiers, Small
But
Soldiers.
the other version had a crossbow on it, and you could like load it, and it pops off and shoots the crossbow. But I end up pointing at him and shooting him straight in his cheek, and he like started bleeding. He's like, "What the hell?" It's like, bro,
Oh,
What are you made of?
I'm
Paper mache?
bleeding.
I don't know, but like they're like to this day, they're like, "Oh, so you're just gonna shoot people in the face now?" I'm like, "Bro, that was 20-some years ago. That didn't."
Yo.
Oh my God.
that started.
I could-
It started bleeding.
Yeah, I started bleeding.
Just say you could. I could shoot you if you want.
Yeah, I could.
Dude,
Get him with a
Crossbow for
rubber
80
band
different-
one day. Just see how he reacts.
Toys. That was just like a toy straight out of the box, and you shot him and he started bleeding.
Yeah, because like it's not the original version I had. But like I
Sure.
got lucky to find these on garage sales and stuff, but like they didn't come with the crossbow. Like he didn't come with the crossbow, and then Major Chip Hatcher didn't come with his guns when I found it at
Dude.
V Stock. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm so happy I still have them.
Yeah,
It's the same ones I had as a kid, but like that
Well,
crossbow,
that just, like,
man,
that just brings up like a whole other conversation, though, man. I was like, dude, like right out of the box, kid's toy that like put his eye out. There's like lawn darts.
You don't
Oh,
get craftsmanship like that anymore.
No. He's like, no, we put this. We had like a Buick LeSabre shock mount in here that fires off a crossbow.
or like Nerf guns that could like literally take your eye out.
That or a Boba Fett. One of the two.
That's nuts. We had like some super soakers when we were a kid. I had one that was like a backpack and it had this almost like a fire hose handle on it where you'd pull that thing back and that would leave like you red. It'd make you red. From those things, those things were powerful, man.
But since we're talking about wish lists and all that today,
Yeah.
Small Soldiers would be great to be remade.
Man,
I mean, I
good-
know
oh,
there's
yeah.
not a current property or movie, but
Mhm.
those
because
are cool.
no, they're working on a sequel right now.
Oh,
I don't
are
know if
they?
it's official, but there was videos and like a Kickstarter for it, and you could sponsor it. And it looks pretty cool. It's like something about the War of Necronomicon or something like that.
I know.
Necrocon.
I know what you're
I
talking
shared
about.
videos about it.
Yeah. Somebody did like that full on CGI, like, and it looked good.
Because like it was stop motion, but like it
Yeah.
looks really like they're actually doing like real toys, like to make it like true instead of just CGI.
Oh,
I was
so
like-
so that wasn't CGI. That was actually
Sure.
stop
No,
motion.
that was toys. That's what it's taking forever to do it.
Oh wow.
So I was like, when I saw, it, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And like on his whoever has it, it has the backstory of the characters. Like, oh, it's a war between brother and sister, and the brother got stuck and got like the virus, like the Necrocon, whatever it is, and that's why his arm is like half blade. It looks pretty cool.
Dude,
So like
that's
the weapon that his
awesome.
sister carries, this is the arm of the brother before he got contaminated and became part of the good size. Because like it's like mercenaries against like the Gorgons or whatever they're called. What were the good guys called?
Gorgonites?
Gorgonites.
Gorgonites.
Well, the Gorgonites were technically the bad guys, right?
I thought they were good guys.
Well, they were supposed to be the bad guys. they were supposed to be the bad guys. The small
The
soldiers were
Twilight
the good.
lore.
Were
The
supposed to be the
Twilight
good
lore.
guys, and then the movie comes out, and the small soldiers are actually they're the bad guys, and the Gorgonites are peaceful. And it's like they were supposed to be the villains. It's like, oh, these are the monsters that they're supposed to be fighting. It turns out they were the good guys the whole time. You know, like I guess the chips or whatever in them went faulty and made those soldiers like obviously go nuts. Which you know, if
They
Bruce
went
Dern.
full Florida.
If Bruce Dern, I love Bruce Dern playing a toy soldier is my favorite.
Oh, he's
But
great,
yeah,
Ooh.
especially in the
yeah,
Burbs.
yeah. I just watched The Burbs with Christine the other day. She'd never seen it, and I was like, they don't make movies like this anymore. They're just kind of wholesome, really, but funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes, man. Corey Feldman grew up, and you couldn't make movies like that anymore.
Yeah, when Corey Haim died.
Yeah,
So
there's that part. We didn't have to go into that.
yeah,
It's like my favorite Tom
pick this
Hanks
back
movie.
up. That got depressing.
I was about to say, I was like, it's my favorite Tom Hanks movie. It's my favorite
I-
Tom Hanks character.
Toy
I like
Story,
Big.
Castaway.
Yeah,
Pretty good too.
yeah.
Big is
but-
great.
Yeah,
Big-
Big.
No, Big is phenomenal. But yeah, so moving back to the
Predictions.
predictions and whatnot. I mean, so we've got the, obviously Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, and the amount of what was it? I watched like a frame by frame video the other day that was kind of going through. It's like, hey, what you might have missed and whatnot and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And they said that Deadpool has on the bottom of his katanas, there's like a DR.
Mhm.
And it was like somewhere like predicting it was like Daniel Radcliffe or something like that,
Yeah.
because he was, I guess, was it up in the air for maybe he might be playing Patch.
Yeah, that's what everybody's predicting. I'm like, man, if he's patched, that'd be great. Like he's one of the variants.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do that just because, like, with the whole Krasinski thing, which it's cool that we got that and whatnot, but in the long run, I still get pretty upset that we're not that didn't come to be. But then I can't get mad again because I'm like, dang, Pedro Pascal's amazing. I don't know what to do. I'm like, there's so many of these cool characters that I would love to have. Actually, like, I'd love to have a figure of that Krasinski. That'd be awesome.
Danny DeVito should be the Earth X Wolverine in the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the
yeah.
Battle Earth
Earth.
Wolverine.
No. Which one is it? Are you talking
It's
from
like-
the comic, Johnny?
Yeah, where he got all old and fat and started balding.
Oh no. Actually, there's a better one. Like in the current, it's one of the current comics.
Weapon X-Men.
Yeah, is that which
Yeah,
one you're talking
that's not
about?
who
Where
that
he's
is, yeah.
Kind of got yes, Danny DeVito's that absolutely
Same character. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's funny, man. I would love. I bet he'd love to do that too. Like Danny seems like one of the most genuine actors out there. Just to be like, yeah, I'll do it.
So anyway, I started slicing.
Yeah,
Right.
Dude, that's so good. Yeah, I don't know.
I got to highlight this one.
Oh yeah, that'd be
my
great.
god.
Yeah.
Rankin Charlie is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Could you? Charlie Day as Deadpool would be so. I would love to see Charlie Day enter the Marvel universe. I have no idea. Like he would actually probably would have been my choice for Weasel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beforehand. I mean, I like T.J. Miller on screen. So there's that. But I think Charlie Day would have been a phenomenal Weasel from the books that I read and whatnot. That'd have been cool. I'd also like to see like Bob.
I'm about to say he'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Bob.
He could be Bob.
He'd be a funny Hydra.
It's
He'd be a really
to see-
funny
it's cool
Hydra
to see
agent.
It's cool to see the old Fox X-Men villains.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like,
Pyro's
Pyro?
great.
Diesel.
Well, you
Diesel
even got a
actually-
Punisher villain in there.
Yeah.
Oh, John Travolta.
Oh, are you talking about like maybe the Russians in there?
Yep.
Yeah, the Russian is in there.
Oh,
Is that
Oh,
him?
he is. Yeah.
Damn.
Is it Kevin Nash?
No, it's not.
Ah,
Nash,
So.
but
Who
it's still
cares?
Russian.
Who
Kevin
cares?
he won't Kevin
I was like-
Nash.
You got to bring the actor back, man. What's up, Boris?
Yeah.
Speaking about bringing the actors back,
What's
there
up,
he is.
fellas?
What's going on, man? We're making
Yeah.
some talking about the predictions and all the stuff that's coming out with once again Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And, like who would we want to see not only in the movies but also like what figures would we want to see?
Absolutely.
They're mentioning Danny DeVito, and if I could get an official Danny DeVito figure, let's go. I don't think that would ever happen. Do you think that would sell?
Danny DeVito?
Absolutely.
Probably just for the meme factor, yeah, it'll probably sell.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Would buy up
Maybe.
Frank Reynolds figures 100%.
I don't. Well, I mean, yeah, if it was an Always Sunny line, I was like, let's go. But it's like, I look at all the figures that went on clearance from stuff like classic Loki from the Loki shows, like
Right.
clearance
Yeah,
out. I'm like,
but
that's
it's
a
Danny
great.
DeVito.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
still, you know what I mean. Like, those are some good stuff. There's some good things. Like, and
These
and
probably have to be a
Sometimes
conventional one.
meme figures don't sell. That Jar Jar, we were all like, "Oh, that Black Series Jar Jar." They're like, "Oh, fine." So many people are like, "I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna have him posed in my display, getting kicked by all the Jedi. I'm gonna have him Jar Jar." $5 everywhere. $5.
And now,
well,
and
same
now
with
the,
Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
Yep.
It's like that's a really cool character, and personally, I love his portrayal of him. And
What's up, man?
what, $5?
Mhm.
It's just a
Vincent
different
D'Onofrio,
time.
have some respect.
Different time.
Yeah,
to come
I
up.
thought he'd be like bigger because it's Kingpin. That's the one thing. Like, just like someone has like a slimmer body.
Yeah,
You
like
mean
on the
like
Hawkeye
the
show, they kind of skewed perspective of how big he was.
yeah?
Like, if,
Yeah.
I was expecting him to be more like on like the Shadow King body, which is like the perfect.
Wow, that'd have been huge.
Well, he is usually huge.
Well,
Dude's
usually,
only
yeah, I mean that's
6'4".
actually the Kingpin body.
But that's what I'm
Um,
saying. Like, I see him more as like imposing, especially in the Hawkeye show. They made him like huge, and like he just rips that door off like nothing.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm trying to have a conversation with you. I'm like, bro, what?
that's all I can ever think is just like, you embarrassed me in front of Vanessa.
Just smashes that dude's head inside the
Yeah, I was
door.
like,
I'm like,
dude.
all right.
Dude's losing it, man. All right,
I love
man.
that
What's up,
meme
Rick
of the
something?
mannequin.
Oh
And
yeah,
you embarrassed me in front of you.
yeah.
Yeah, the mannequin, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be. I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that we missed out from those shows as well. I think there's could have been some other
Dude.
figures and made,
Just like
but
what's it called? Bullseye would have been great.
I mean, there's no Echo figure.
right? Yeah, there's no
Like,
that.
No,
But you got
yeah.
your Russian goons, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
the
guess.
Oh, the
sweatsuit,
I
goons!
love those guys.
sweatsuit mafia.
I love those guys.
I would have loved getting that
I
yellow
bought 5 of
costume
them. I'll
Daredevil.
probably buy 5
I
more.
was gonna say, as you can
Mm.
see in the photo in the background, sweatsuit mafia comes in clutch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll bring that up real quick. And also,
Yellow Suit Daredevil would be really cool.
yeah,
oh,
Johnny's
yeah.
right. Yeah, I would love to see that too. That would be very, very, very cool. As you guys can see right here, Ori actually, this is just one of his many awesome photos here. We decided, I decided just I'm gonna throw this on for our background because it's just a good photo. And you could see what's cracking me up here is like with our conversation, like off to the right, like that use of that Logan.
Yeah.
It's so good. It just it cracks me up to think of like a bunch of variants like that were all like went down the wrong path and became like tracksuit mafia characters instead.
Got him with the
Hobo Logan.
What was it? I got earlier. Crispin was saying that Leo is kicking Eminem in the head.
Yeah.
In the back. I was like, dude, that's so awesome. This is such a
My
great
name is
shot.
G.
Yeah, this is such a great shot, man. This is amazing. So,
yeah, this
Correct.
was a fun one. This was a fun one to put together. It's one of those things like because I just started, speaking of, I just opened those turtles up last week. I'm very late, but it's one of those things to where as soon as I was like messing with them, I was like, yeah, no, I absolutely have to shoot something.
right.
Shoot them.
That's one of the marks of a good figure in my book. When I'm like, okay, I don't even want to really mess with it. I want to take a picture of it. And even as I was taking the picture of it, I was like, I got to appreciate them even more because I made sure to like highlight. You can see every pore on these guys' skin in
Right.
that shot. Really, like
Well,
I was going through posts and everything else. Jesus.
Well, yeah, and it's
so scaly.
it's funny you mentioned that too because I I was recently on one of the Toy Migos streams, and they're asking me about like the hey, what was a difficult repair and whatnot, and it hit me again. I was like, oh, it was one of those Mezco turtles because their shoulders actually have sculpted textures on the discs,
right.
on their shoulders. I was like, dang. I was like, that's gonna be a little harder to fix. So I had to find that out, but that's just more texture involved in there. I was like, man, that's really incredible.
If Mezco, I'd say if Mezco screwed them, just imagine if Mezco screwed those turtles up, they would have been cooked. Just
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, that'd have been a bad one for them because that was really those are expensive.
Especially after the way Ben's shoulder broke on the Fantastic Four set so easily.
Yeah,
To follow it up, turtles just falling apart out of the box would have been a problem.
Yeah, and that luckily with that break, it was it was an isolated incident with the turtle, but yeah, that's not a good thing when you pay that much for that stuff, dude.
Man, I'd be so upset if I'd bought that set. That's the reason I would have bought that set. And then the shoulder breaks, I'd probably have to tell people around me not to even talk about it.
Yeah.
What happened to you, Ben?
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk
It's
about
like
it.
it's the McMahon meme.
Yeah, don't want to. Yeah, and that's something else too that I was thinking of the other day. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything from it, but just to say this, that with X-Men 97, with the last episode, there are a lot of really cool characters that show up, and I was like, oh, and it's like they're bringing that world in, like so, and it's fresh, and it's a hot show right now. It's doing really good, already been obviously renewed, and they're already starting to meld those worlds together. And then with Deadpool and Wolverine, here we go. We're bringing all the like X-Men, MCU. You know, we've got. I'm wanting to see a Fantastic Four, Fox Fantastic Four cameo in this movie so bad.
Funny.
You are.
I know there's got to be, right.
There is.
It might be Chris Evans.
They've already confirmed seeing somebody on the set.
Oh, so who?
No,
who
that
else?
photo you're talking about, that was fake. That was
the one photo you're probably thinking about is
Jessica
fake.
Alba.
Was she in there?
No.
Yeah, she's already been seen on set.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Michael Chiklis.
Invisible.
I'm
Woman,
talking
how
about
can
Michael
you see her?
Chiklis.
Yeah, the Michael Chiklis photo is fake.
I'm not making an Invisible Woman joke either.
Yeah, nice.
Chris was going.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, you know, and I remember they had talked about what was it, Jennifer Garner and all that stuff, and I'm like, man, bring them all in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. They were saying Ben Affleck might be back as a Daredevil, my dude.
I know Wesley
know
Snipes is
about
not going to be on that at all. Anytime I see headlines, what Wesley Snipes going to be? No, he's not. That man, that man despises Ryan Reynolds.
He's gonna be.
No
he's
way.
gonna.
Well,
He would
no,
keep his
so
eyes
actually,
shut
yeah,
all the
Ori,
time.
you're right. They did have from the Blade Trinity movie. They had a lot of beef between them. But they have actually, from what I've heard, they have actually buried the hatchet on that since.
I hope so. That was like 20 years ago.
But I don't know if he'll be there. I'd love to see Blade there. But,
God,
They should have Sam Jackson and David Hasselhoff next to each other in that.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, bring back the Furies.
Mm.
You know, it gets to the point though too. Like, when does this stop becoming a movie?
Yeah.
When is there so much stuff thrown into it where the story's like completely, you know, suffered or whatnot? And I think so far they've done it well.
The story they're going with, they can do that.
I guess I think so, but I think there's also like how many toys are in the toy box.
Yeah,
Like,
how much is too much fan service?
I
right?
think
So
Reynolds.
Fair
if
question.
any movie that you're going to do this with,
Mhm.
it's going to be a Deadpool movie.
I
Any
agree with
other
that.
movie, any other movie would fall on its face doing this.
Mhm.
But
Well,
Deadpool, nah.
I was about to say, because like Infinity War or was it Endgame, where it had all those cameos of all the different characters from different movies, but it had a good space. Like you were having like a minute or two with the Guardians, with the other team, and then they catch up and go back to Tony in the ship, or they come back with like Spider-Man and then Captain America.
but also in Endgame, it was like
In
stretched
game.
out
That was the
so
end
it's also
game.
like
with the
if
other,
any year that
with the other movies.
Yeah,
they're
the
trying to
movie
do that
was
with
a
the different
movie.
universes. Like, oh hey, this is Elektra and Daredevil in their universe, and this is what happens to their Kingpin. It's like, oh, this is Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin, and misses say something.
Yeah, I'm about
that,
to say you can't really do that because R.I.P.
Yeah,
You know. God.
they'll say like, you'd be like, oh hey, just have like Vincent D'Onofrio just looking at Ben Affleck like, huh, it just walk off or something.
Man, I would love to see like just John Favreau show up as like a Foggy Hogan. I don't know. Yeah.
I
Happy
like
Nelson.
they with both of them talking with each other. So what are you? I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, I'm a lawyer. Yeah. Neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody, I like Doggo said here, you just put it up there, but B should wear his Howard the Duck shirt again, which I thought was that's funny and awesome.
Man.
But also it makes me think how bad I want that Beast from that film Beast that we've seen now from the Marvels. Like I want that bad. Like that looked awesome. And then the voice obviously that came out when it was Kelsey, I was like, oh, that's that's really exciting. Actually, I was like, that's something that should stick around. There's certain things that should, definitely stick around.
Going
Yeah.
off missed numbers on the Loki show, what if we got like an animated character cameo in the movie?
Oh,
I
that'd
think
be cool.
we
Well,
didn't we already have one
what I
with
wanted
Doctor
to say.
Strange.
That's what I wanted to say. Like, just put all the X-Men from the show '97 in there. Let's go.
Dude, I would
Just have
love
walk
to
to the
see-
back at one point.
I would actually vie for like Miles Morales or Peter B. Parker to come through but I want, as much as I want him, that's what I wanted to see in which they did it really pretty much with Donald Glover, which I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah,
And I was like waiting for what's his name, Jake Johnson. I would love to see him as a live action Peter B, because he could do it. It'd be
It's
perfect.
pretty much him. It's
Would be
him.
Really
It's
cool.
him, man. Yeah, it's like that. I was like, that's really fun, but I don't know. There's certain things that, whatever they're gonna do, at this point, I trust them. I like what they've done with everything so far, so I'm excited.
I'm just like,
but-
I don't want to see Channing Tatum show up as Gambit though. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know, because remember he was casted like years ago and just nothing happened.
that was scary. That was a scary time.
Well, you
It
might
just-
be getting
Like,
that.
Yeah,
saying
it's-
that might be a
When
prediction. He might
was
show up.
cast
I don't wanna
as
see that.
Gambit, when he was cast as Gambit, he was one of the worst actors working in Hollywood at that time.
Crazy.
But like then he started he did the kind of the Dave Bautista route, where
Yeah.
he was just like taking a bunch of smaller roles, grinding, and now he's like I get excited seeing him pop up like, oh, Channing Tatum's gonna be in this movie, because he's actually like a pretty good actor now these
Yeah.
days. So I wouldn't mind.
But I think he would be good in that universe, but not as like I think Channing Tatum would probably play off a pretty good Cyclops. Like I think he'd be, because he could pull off a very, straight and
Like-
narrow kind of character.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Channing Tatum and Free Guy.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh,
Sorry,
I like
I had
him
Ryan
in,
Reynolds.
Hateful Eight.
Dude, I had Ryan Reynolds fatigue. I still
Yeah.
kind of do. I only watch him in Deadpool movies.
No, Free Guy is great. You'll love it.
it is.
I'm sure.
Now, Reynolds is a lot like The Rock. You get him in a movie, you know what you're getting already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
pretty much like a
Makes it
different.
kind of
variant
funny
of
they did a
Deadpool.
movie together.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's not gonna
I'm
be.
surprised.
It's not gonna be a movie with Ryan Reynolds. It's gonna be a movie with Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
I would just caution people, because I remember when Multiverse of Madness was coming out, people were like, "Oh, it's going to be cameos too," and it wasn't. Like there were cameos, obviously,
Thank
but
God.
that wasn't like the main focus of the story. I
Right,
think that's going to be the same thing here with this. Obviously, there's going to be cameos. Obviously, with Deadpool,
You're 100% right. Ori.
that lends itself to like that parody. But I don't think if people are going in being like, "Oh, we're going to see like 115 different like
Oh.
Marvel movie characters," I would temper expectations.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like it's.
I think that's going to happen in some capacity, but I don't know about
you're
all
gonna
people
see
being
it.
like, "Oh, let's get."
You're gonna see it because the nature
Oh, no, go ahead,
of the
go ahead,
story. But it's
Absolutely.
not gonna.
And the nature of the
it's
character.
not gonna be. It's not gonna overpower the movie.
And I think Ryan Reynolds knows this too. He's been with his
100%.
characters for almost like even before the Deadpool movies. He's been attached to his character for like almost as long as Hugh Jackman's been attached to Wolverine. So he has a deep reverence for the character, and I don't think he wants to sacrifice. We don't even know if they'll make more Deadpool movies solo, or if he's going to be part of like wider movies. This could be potentially the last solo Deadpool movie. I don't think he wants to just compromise that to make it one big SNL skit. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
I
Well,
think you're
that-
right. I think this is the last solo Deadpool movie, and he's gonna be more an appearance in other movies.
Right, like X-Force or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it also feels like a passing of a torch kind of deal, because Deadpool and Wolverine. Not saying Wolverine's going to be the next big
Right.
thing, but it's definitely like an X-Men. Like this is our big dip into all that stuff, and who knows?
Yeah.
Obviously they're going to probably light a match at this point. But I also think about with Ghostbusters Afterlife. After the end credits, we got a nice long after credit scene that set up this big world, which we've been waiting on forever. You get to see Winston and what he's up to, and it was a very extended after credit scene. I was like, man, this is awesome. I would love to see them do that with something with Deadpool. Like, we get the movie, it's good, it's solid, it's done, and then he's like, you guys wanted cameos, didn't you? And it was just like, just like throw a bunch of stuff, just go nuts with it right there at the end. And you were like, oh my God. And just like, all right, nerds, have fun. Like, just
Everybody-
like, this was our big movie and it was good, and then after that you can throw in some crazy stuff because it's very Deadpool. You know, like hey, this is, you know, and you can even do it in the most ridiculous, cheap way, and people would still go nuts. You know, just a bunch of
I
celebrities.
think
in the
this
room.
movie is coming out at like the perfect time to. People are already excited for Deadpool. Obviously, the last two movies have done very well. The trailers have been great, but with X-Men '97 kind of getting the general public excited about X-Men again and mutants and all in the Marvel universe. With this coming out like in like a month and a half, I think this is gonna be very well received. And if this I think this is the perfect kind of like segue into mutants being like formally introduced into the MCU. Like we've had little bits and pieces here and there, but I think if this is your big gateway to do it, I think it's going to be very well.
And you're right, man. To jump off of that, to kind of, it's literally like you said, the perfect way to do it because you are going to have the most eyes. Probably, I cannot wait to see just the opening weekend numbers on this movie. It's gonna be nuts. People aren't just there for Deadpool, man. They're there for Hugh Jackman. You know what I mean? Like they're there for that. Like this is crazy. We get to see him again when we're like, oh, that was it. That was the end, right? Back there. And Logan, it's like
that's one thing I feel kind of mixed bag. I'm like, dude, Logan was so perfect. It could have just ended on that, but like, dude, just finally seeing Deadpool and Wolverine on screen is gonna be great.
Yeah, and
especially with the suits.
Yeah, the suits are great.
No, Ryan and Hugh Jackman have made it very clear they are not touching that movie. That movie is that movie.
Yeah,
they are not touching it. So that is not the same Wolverine.
Right.
Yeah, the second trailer says that.
And which is awesome. So now you get to keep that. You get to keep that right where it was, you know. And if your brain can do that, you know, if you can keep this comic over here with this comic over here, then you're good. And that's so nothing's gonna take Logan away from you. You know what I mean? Now, I do want that actress back for X-23. I know she's moved into she's moved. Is it Padawan? Is that what's the new Star Wars show?
Acolyte show.
Acolyte.
Acolyte. Thank you. Yeah. So I know she's going to be in that too. So
yeah.
So we'll see.
They dropped a new trailer for that the other day.
So are we talking about stuff we've heard or not?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
some things
I've heard from a reliable place that X-23 is going to be in this.
You think so?
Yeah. There's a clip from the trailer where Logan's talking to her.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
in the trailer,
also, they imitated the trailer or the movie poster where
Deadpool's holding the claw.
It's so funny.
So stupid.
I love because they're done so well. I was like, look how much emotion and expression is put in to that picture. Just the way that hand's gripping that claw. I'm like, you guys are funny, dude. That's funny.
The marketing for the Deadpool movies have been like some of my favorite marketing ever, especially that very first movie, because you're taking a character who, you know, like if you weren't reading comics and if you knew Deadpool, you knew him from like T-shirts or like really awful like 2000 or like early 2000s memes. Like the odds were against them, and so what do? They market the whole movie like as a romantic comedy because it's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
you have all these trailers and posters like making it look like it's going to be like The Notebook and like,
I remember that.
It was so well done. And then what happens? People go see it, and it's Deadpool, and then the word of mouth is great, and then it was the highest grossing R-rated movie for a long time. If like someone needs to like study that marketing campaign. It was just so well done. All the trailers, everything. And then with this, they're kind of marketing it kind of like a big comic book crossover event, like with all the comic book promo covers. There was one poster that was released the other day. It's Deadpool on one side of Wolverine, and it's Dogpool on the other side. Dogpool's licking Wolverine, and Deadpool's like making kissy faces, and Wolverine's about to like he just looks fed up, and it looks like a comic book cover, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're killing it with all that, man.
Something I really like is very minor, but it's it's like the hair fins Hugh Jackman has as Wolverine.
Yeah,
like just the small things. I really like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but
not only that, but you know, you've got these villains coming in, not just like the old ones, but the new ones too, which is crazy. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
like Cassandra. It's like, oh,
Oh,
like-
yeah.
it's like, oh,
Right.
that's kind of a
Dude,
big
she's-
deal for.
She's crazy.
Exactly.
They made her-
Oh,
they made her younger and
that
boxier,
puppeting
too, though.
scene
Yeah, they
is
did. She doesn't look
crazy
as
looking.
Patrick Stewart as a
He's
lady.
so good.
Yeah, she
Younger
definitely
and
doesn't look
boxier.
like her comic counterpart. Because usually she looks very pruny, very
Yeah.
pruny. She's always looked like an old woman, kind of, but like it looks like an old woman like stuck in a young person's body, which was always fun. But yeah, I think this looks awesome. Looks like she comes out on the, even looks like she stands up out of the wheelchair, out of
Yeah, I was about to
Charles'
say-
wheelchair.
Yeah, it looks like a wheelchair. She's coming out of the Ant-Man mouth.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, all right,
Damn.
this is. I was like,
Or
that's
Giant
a,
Man, not bad.
yeah. Well, either way, same. You
Yeah.
got a huge new villain here. That's
Yeah.
and a huge X-Men villain. Like,
Mhm.
when's the last time we got to see that? It's been a minute.
Right.
You know what I mean?
right.
Like what, Juggernaut? It's always Deadpool movies. And now
Oh,
here
yeah.
we are, our first official like run, you know, with the in the MCU and all that stuff. And it's like, oh my God, this is opening up a real big, this is it. You know what I mean? Like that's so incredibly huge. So I don't know, for like you said,
the
people-
stakes are there's a lot of pressure now on whoever is helming the MCU like live action X-Men reboot after X-Men 97 killing it. The expectations are higher. They were definitely like at the floor prior to
You know, I don't know if I agree with that because they've been building it slow. They had
well,
Mutant
that's-
mentioned in one of the Disney shows by name.
Mhm.
They had Namor in a movie, and he's a mutant.
Yep.
Now we're getting Wolverine and Deadpool together. That's our first official appearance of mutants in a movie completely.
I'm just saying quality wise, like
I'm saying it's teed up for them at this point.
Oh, it's teed up for sure, but I'm just saying if when the movie comes out, like the expectations for it being good, like prior to 97 coming out, they were at the floor. No one really cared.
Yeah.
There's obviously excitement about it, but like X-Men 97 is so good now. Imagine if the live action comes out, people are like,
Okay,
"You
I
should
understand
just let
what
the
you mean now.
animated guys do it." You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
well, yeah,
it's
and
kind of like the Fallout show. It was so good that now Bethesda's like, all right, we're going to try to get the game done a little bit faster for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a smart idea. Let's screw the game. Let's screw the game up real quick. Let's move it out. Let's rush the game.
Here you go.
I'm
Fallout
assuming they're just going to hire
77.2.
people and do a lot of crunch.
Fallout
Yeah.
77.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just gonna,
Fallout 76.
just
With
gonna
more bugs. Here you go.
ruin a bunch of people's life with crunch. Like, oh God, that show is so. I won't go into the show for those who haven't seen it or who are watching. But if you've played the game, it's a perfect show. If you haven't played the game, it's a perfect show. Like
What?
it felt like Last of Us, Fallout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it felt exactly like this is amazing to see, like video games finally getting their live action dues. And Last of Us was like one of the ones where I was like, I can't believe this just happened. Like
Yeah.
how in the world did they pull that off?
Especially the last two episodes. I'm like, dude. Ooh.
I don't know if it's with you guys I said it or with the other guys I talk to sometimes, but I love that it runs on video game logic.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah. 100%.
Dude's foot's mangled to the point that his toes are falling off. Oh, here's a stem pack. Good to go.
That,
Good to
yeah,
go.
What was that? Limb grow or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? Like, yeah, and
Yep.
there were like little sound effects on there that, as a fan who played the game, when that sound effect hit, your ears perked up, and you're like, "Oh, I know,
Yep.
I know that
Yep.
sound." Like that. That's so crazy how
You
they
the
did that. Yeah, it was good.
you
Lord.
the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
And seeing the Rangers was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I messaged Ryan right away and said, "Hey, have you watched this yet?" He's like, "I'm going to." I was like, "Can I give you a spoiler? It's going to make you happy anyhow." I said, "Go for it." I said, "Rangers." There you go.
That was it. Yeah, dude. I was like surprised too with, like I said, I won't go into a lot of it, but with it being Bethesda who actually is making this, and then some reveals that were in the show were very surprising to me in a great way. But dang, dude. But there were some people that were like, I'm surprised how good it was. I was like, Walton Goggins was in it. How in the world
Right.
were you surprised?
That
How?
guy doesn't do anything
Everything
bad.
Walton Goggins is in is Oscar worthy.
Dude, he's phenomenal, man. That's the guy, like, if they ever get their stuff straight in Sony, like, that's the guy I thought who should have played Carnage.
What about
yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Say what?
Yeah,
Ant-Man and the
Oscar
Wasp.
worthy. Yeah,
Ant-Man
yeah, I know
2.
what I said.
Yeah, he was
Oscar
there
worthy.
too.
Yeah, they wasted him in that movie, and I love those films, but Walton Goggins was wasted in that film. I was
That's
like,
who
what the
should've
hell?
showed up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let him go crazy, dude. Like, let Walton be Walton. That guy's amazing, dude.
What he did in that though, I really liked. I just liked that he was just like a regular, really comic booky street level
Yeah,
villain. And I
yeah,
was like, I'd like more of this.
yeah. Even
I mean,
Tim Heidecker was in that movie too. It was
Kind of
crazy.
inconsequential to the overall plot, but then he just randomly gets brought back in at the climax.
Yeah,
Like even when he was first starting out, he stuck out. Like if you saw A House of a Thousand Corpses,
Mhm.
you remember his character even
Yep.
if you didn't know his name at the time.
yeah. And then and then completely almost unrecognizable in Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh no, I knew that face. The chest was new, but I knew that face.
it was crazy though. Like I was like the acting, dude acts. So that's good for him to like not only keep getting his comeuppance, but also for him to be put into a show, and for them to not only have to cover him up completely up, but also to give Walton his time to shine and do it so well where it doesn't feel forced. Where like in those MCU movies where it's like we better take Captain America's mask off, and how often can we show Tony Stark in this suit without showing Robert Downey Jr.'s face?
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like.
Constantly, it's like, but I get it. I get but I was like, but there's a pretty good way to do it, and, and they did it.
Like not like Halo did.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my god.
that's a different thing
Don't get me
altogether.
started.
There we go. Yeah, I was about to say we're living in a golden age, and then I remember the Halo show.
Got all depressed.
Yeah, there's a different.
And all-
Yeah, kill him, man.
They can all be winners.
Different thing altogether. I mean, it's art's subjective. You got to take chances
But
sometimes,
I'm
and sometimes
objective.
those don't. Sometimes they don't play out.
Yeah,
Straight
like
up.
Twisted Metal was
Not
surprisingly decent. It
And on
was,
that note, I guess
I like that.
it was all right. It was all
You could've-
right. I'm like, I didn't hate it.
Do you remember?
The helmet, just keep the helmet on. If that actor can't act with the helmet on, it's not a good actor. Sorry.
Right. Let's go back to the first live action appearance of Deadpool. Wolverine Origins.
Go.
Wasn't that good?
Let's not
You
do
could
that.
definitely tell that was
Let's
Wade
skip
Wilson, even
ahead.
if they
We
didn't
don't
tell
need
you.
that.
Bro, that was I actually showed it to a friend of mine the other day he's not a big comic guy, but he does like the Deadpool films. I was like, you ever seen Wolverine Origins? He's like, no. I was like, let me hurt your soul a little bit. Look at this. And he watched it and he's like, what's going on? He's like, what happened? It's like that they finally found a way to shut you up. I'm like, he goes, wait, why are there swords coming out of his arms? I was like, I don't know.
We don't know.
I was like,
It just
I don't
happened.
know. I don't know. I remember I was so excited for that film because of the cast.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh man, this is gonna be amazing. Oh boy.
Good thing Deadpool shot him at the end of the first or second movie.
So funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That cracks me up.
Like when he says bye-bye to Wolverine, like, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're just like
I
so
thought
much.
you were talking about before he washed his mouth and all that. Because then, yeah, Ryan Reynolds, you could tell
Oh,
that was
sure.
meant to be Wade Wilson, and they didn't tell you.
Well, the movie almost started out pretty well. I thought it was like kind of going
It was all right.
on a decent cast. I was like, okay, cool cast. I love Leif Schreiber. I think he's great. By the way, isn't he the step brother or half brother?
His
of,
his
Halo?
brother played
Master Chief?
Yeah, Pablo.
Yeah. So
God
but
damn.
I thought he'd be a great. He could have been a really great Sabretooth. Honestly.
He was really good on that American God show as the Leprechaun.
Yeah, he's
So,
good. And
He voiced Kingpin in Into the Spider-Verse perfectly.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
good, man. The dude's that movie was full of really great actors. Also, and Will I Am was in there too.
mhm. Yeah, Kevin Durant is.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
For some reason.
Glad you caught that one, Sorry. And Will I Am's in there as well. But yeah, man, what a wild ride. I forgot that Emma Frost was in that movie, and
Yeah.
she's the sweetest, just there to help all the
Yeah.
kids. And I was like, oh man,
That's not
I mean,
Emma
Scott
Frost.
was there too, you know.
yeah. Of course he was. And I remember.
then Quicksilver is in there,
I still
too.
remember. Oh my god! I still remember that scene when Professor X, Xavier, like picked up the kids, and the kids were walking towards the green screen.
Yeah.
Like just towards the green screen, you knew, man, that
Mhm.
looks like
Yeah, that was right. I remember seeing like
It was
Barnell was in it, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And it was gonna be Dominic Monaghan. I was like, oh, I freaking love that guy. And it's like he can mess with lights and stuff. I was like, that's not Beak. I was like, that's supposed to be Beak, dude. I thought he was gonna be Beak. Yeah.
You know what? On the X-Men 87 and with the cameos, I do like how they have characters that'll pop up in there that shouldn't be there yet. Like Glob Herman was at Genosha. No, he don't exist yet in the comics.
Right.
But it was cool seeing him.
Yeah. It was
That
also
just popped into my head. By the way, sorry.
well, no,
Also,
but
like,
you're
Gambit
right.
was- I didn't really hate Gambit in the movie. He was pretty decent.
Well, yeah.
I just didn't like the whole thing with the whole spinning thing. I'm like, bro,
Yeah, he's all right.
I don't like
He wasn't
Gambit as a
bad.
character.
Yeah, Johnny don't like Gambit.
well, that's on you, man.
I'm glad he
There's a-
did. Oh wait,
Yeah, it's definitely on.
I don't care.
How about
Yeah.
how about Channing Tatum?
No.
Is in Deadpool and Wolverine, but in Gambit's civilian
No.
look.
Better
So
yet,
wait,
they
oh,
got
that's
Channing
not-
Tatum trying out to be Gambit. They just kind of passed through
Yeah.
casting call.
If he's like if
I
he's
like
playing if he's in the basketball outfit, that'd be hilarious. Dude.
Yeah, that's
That half shirt is
His
amazing.
do you imagine him with a ponytail?
Man,
It'd be a
There
rat
you
tail.
go.
It's Channing Tatum.
Yeah, a little rat tail.
No,
thing.
a mullet.
gross. A mullet. Ugh.
But no, he that is something else.
I
Get a
bet
friend-
I bet he would do that.
Get a French
You would.
actor, dude. All you need is a handsome French actor for Gambit. You
But he's
know,
not French.
That guy from the boys.
well, he's Cajun, so get yourself a good
That
French
dude
actor
was
that
like-
can.
we
No.
don't need French.
Just go down
Wow.
to Louisiana and capture you a Cajun.
Nah, I think it'd be. I mean, it'd be very fun. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like all the characters that they can throw in there at that point. And like you said, it probably would be best for like animated versions of the '97 X-Men to pop in, like because it's like
Yeah.
right now that's
A
just
lot
a stellar,
a lot of
stellar
people.
show.
Mm.
God dang, it's good. And yeah, like you said, the cameos were blowing me away. Like I was like, Sammy the Fish Boy showed up, and I just lost it. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man,
And-
my wife knew him from the comics when I was reading. I was like, no, I was like, they killed this is Sammy, and she's like, oh no, not Sammy.
And they would have had Juggernaut like that if he saw it, you know?
Yeah, just like that. I was like, dude, this is oh man. I was like, that's amazing to see them. You want to talk about fan service, man? 97 is really just not only giveth but taketh away as well pretty quick on some things.
I
But,
still
yeah,
can't
they'd
figure out what
avoid
Exodus is
spoilers.
doing there, not saving everybody. That guy's on God level.
Yeah, Exodus, he was dancing.
Yeah, he just grew
He
and
was
vibing. He's
dancing.
on vacation, I guess.
Drinking wine, making
Yeah.
love.
He was just grooving.
Sometimes
man.
all of it at once. And yeah, he could have saved all them people. Did he go out for a pack of smokes before they hit? Or what
Yeah,
happened?
man. He might have been a little tired that day. That's not a good day for.
He was
Exodus.
hungover.
They just danced a little too much, huh?
He drank a couple wines, got a little hungover, had to go sleep it off, and then the whole place went to crap.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, you know
Right.
what? I'm gonna take a day off. What's the worst that could happen? He's like, a lot.
And he comes back and his friends are now smoking craters.
Yeah, dude. I got spooked, man. I thought they took my guy out. I was not happy at the moment, and then they brought me back. So thank you, X-Men '97.
One of my favorite things in that episode is once Nightcrawler's costume starts getting torn up, you can see he's still got his normal costume, gloves, and boots under the suit.
Mhm.
He's not wearing the rest of the suit, though.
No.
It's just the gloves and the boots with the outline and everything.
My
That
man-
killed me.
Listen, my man's prepped.
Well, not prepped enough. He didn't have the costume underneath. He just
He had
the
enough.
gloves and the boots.
He had enough. Listen,
Man,
he
he
had
was
enough.
going commando.
Yeah.
He was going to be a freak later, is what that was.
Kind of
Drinking wine, making love, indeed.
He plays the the priest, but come on, man, if you've read a comic,
He's freaky.
Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah,
Freaky crawler.
He's been with
Not
a
he
lot of.
likes that hairy little man.
What do you call him? Freaky crawler.
Hey man, he's got charisma crawler. All right,
He's the Riz Calder.
the Riz, yeah, Kurt Risner.
That was one of my favorite things during the Hellfire
Kurt
Gala. He's
Risner.
got on like this fancy gala pirate and themed costume. He's just drunk off his ass the whole issue.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, every Hellfire outfit looks pretty decent except Miles. Miles looks terrible.
His wasn't you didn't like his?
Racially
No, it
motivated,
looks-
I think.
It looks terrible.
Doctor
There's some
did.
hit and miss ones for sure, but
Yeah.
Oh,
like the
man.
security future tuxedos with the bolos. Come on.
Yeah, dude, we need to. That you know what? That's another episode. We need to get all the gala pictures up, and we can rate them.
We gotta have
Give-
Craig
give-
here for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Craig. Man, Doctor Doom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one's hard to touch.
He loved it. He's like, I love this. I was like, this is how good.
No notes.
Yeah, no notes. Mwah, perfect. Way to go. That's good.
Might
But,
even have to slip a JoJo figure into the slideshow for old time's sake.
some of them
Who's
have
that?
very JoJo vibes for sure. That's funny, man. But yeah, but moving back to that for our main subject there, or whatever. What are some of the characters that I think that we've actually seen so far?
Mhm.
Like who would you want to see, or who do you think might be made into action figure form at this point? From, I could just see from the trailers itself. Do you think we'd get like I think I'd want the Pyro from the
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah.
movie. His suit,
Yeah.
I love the suit. I love the outfit a lot.
Mhm.
Even if it isn't,
Accurate, but it's
comic,
still,
but I was like, dude, he looks good. I don't care if I collect this MC. I have seasons with like the live action stuff, and I kind of like them more in import form. But when they're affordable,
Mhm.
like a Marvel Legend, if they look good and if that face is done right, sometimes you can't help but like, oh man, I might have to pick that up.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Well-
Pyro, I think was one of my watching that trailer. I was like, yeah, that's definitely one that I'd like to see. Or Azazel if he's. I'd
Oh,
love that
God.
Azazel figure,
I
man.
would
dude.
Yeah.
I'm
Ooh,
curious.
not
I'm
Azazel.
curious. I'm curious what look. I'm curious what look of Wolverine's gonna be an exclusive. The the unsleeved one or the one with the sleeves.
Yeah.
Well,
Or the one with the
probably
helmet.
an unsleeved one for a while, because I think I can just because we already know from leaks there's going to be a 2-pack of Deadpool and Wolverine suited, but I can guarantee you they never got any promo art for him without the suit. So you're gonna have a bunch of people being like, "Why doesn't he have interchangeable arms?" We didn't know. We didn't.
You're gonna come back and buy that one later. Don't worry.
Corey, don't you love those people?
Exactly.
Did y'all see that?
I
Somebody
don't
made,
know.
dude, somebody made a custom not too long ago of that Wolverine without his sleeves on, and it was insanely good.
No, I didn't
Didn't
see
see
that.
it.
I'll have to.
I saw it.
If you guys,
If you sent it to me, I was like, dude.
it's so good.
I mean, I
I'll
could
look it up.
I could imagine Medicom just making of course Deadpool
Mhm.
like in 3 years after the movie comes out, and
Yeah.
and I could imagine like the way I know Medicom and the Mafex line, they would make him Wolverine and have interchangeable arms like they did with Thor.
Oh yeah,
in,
by that
from
by
Infinity
that
War.
point, we would have had Wolverine. We would have had Deadpool 6. So of course they'd be able to swing back and give us the Deadpool 3 Wolverine with swappable arms. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I'm about to say we don't even have a Mafex Namor or anything from
Oh,
the Black Panther.
Yeah, not even a not even a Shuri Black Panther.
I'm still
Or
waiting for
Shuri
that
or like
Defender
SH didn't even
Strange.
touch it.
Yeah, we can. We don't need to show Black Panther. That's
Not
fine.
even-
Oh, you don't
no,
want one?
no, I'm just saying. I
Not
want
even
a
Baku. Not even a Baku. Come on.
M'Baku would have been great.
There we go.
Mm.
Yeah. I love me some Shuri though. Shuri's wonderful.
But no, like, dude, I'm just excited for all the Resident Wolverine. I'm like, dude, if we get Patch or if we get what's it called? Which one's the one where he has Apocalypse? Where he has the claws?
Wait,
Oh,
where he's got the
arm.
stump?
Apocalypse
Yeah,
one.
he got some stump.
Yeah, that's Apocalypse.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
they call him Weapon X in that timeline too.
Yeah,
But that's like his main name.
where he has like just a wild hair.
Just
Like,
all hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's you, man.
Just hair.
Top of that.
Ooh.
yeah. That was good.
Look at that. Like,
God damn.
That's
yeah,
not bad.
yeah.
You
Man,
can
that's
tell
all,
it
those are
must
some
be right
those
away.
are some pecs.
I mean,
He brought enough milk for the class.
pretty
Mm.
dang good. And this was made by copy artist EEGII. I don't know if it's EG, but yeah, this is nuts.
It's a decent Madonna song he's got tagged.
You got the Like a Prayer playing. Yeah, it looks like you might have actually put real fabric right here as well over the where the shoulders have been
What
ripped.
basically would be that? I think the legs could be Captain America, but it looks very very heavily resculpted.
Oh yeah, it's a job for sure. And this is the only photo on here that I have. I could find more, but it's obviously this is just a screenshot. But yeah, so
Oh, it even
that.
looks like him somewhat.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not sure what head that is, but
He's got Norman Reedus eyes going though.
yeah. But I mean, he's even got like all the like the pieces, like the gunshots and stuff like that in there, and it's pretty solid, man.
Gotta go ask why they give him a red.
Pretty good.
Why not?
Extra protection around the heart area.
Yeah, you know, you gotta
You
be
know, he's-
careful.
Has
A
a
lot of
skeleton.
organs.
That's made
Yeah.
out of adamantium, but I don't think he needs the protection.
I was gonna say he's got them metal encased ribs already over it, but yeah, you can
Yeah.
get through those.
An
So
exoskeleton.
at that point, just fight naked. Then I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, Wolverine has pretty
he's
much
done it
done that,
multiple
you know.
times.
Yeah, keep doing it.
I don't think it's a good idea for a
Keep
dude that's
doing
got
it.
like razors that come out of his fist. You know, with his dangly bits and all that. You don't
Mhm.
want that.
No, Edward Scissorhands has a nightmare.
That'd be
Yeah.
annoying. That'd be annoying. That'd be so annoying if like you're like the Hulk has to be the most. That seems like the most inconvenient character besides like Human Torch. Like, could you imagine like your clothes always getting ripped to shreds whenever you're figuring it out? You're just kinda being
Or
like,
imagine
dude,
trying to fart and then you just set yourself in a flame.
Yeah,
there's that. Just like boom. Yeah, boom, and then you burn all your clothes off. Then you're in trouble for a lot more things. You know,
Yeah.
It's not-
Public indecency is not smiled upon.
not good, man. And I mean, and then you think about the thing. It's like rocks just rubbing up. I'm like, dude, you gotta. It's gotta be some pretty tough.
can't
Right,
go
I'm
in
sure-
any
I'm
I'm
car
sure
or
that
anything.
chafes any lover right there.
Rock hard.
Some bugle boy shorts. I don't know. Something that's gonna last. Some Wranglers. Where's hey, these are things you got to think about.
Some Janko jeans or something.
What's
No, I
up,
don't think-
Jesse? I just did a repair for Jesse, and I also found some Jurassic Park socks, and I sent him some Jurassic Park socks.
Yeah.
So after wearing them, right?
Yeah, for 3 days straight.
Secondhand.
Running.
Second foot.
Running is
You know,
running.
if you
as
tell
much as I
people
can.
you're a lady and put them on eBay, you'll make some money doing that.
Yeah.
Not gonna do that. We're not supporting that.
You
Do it.
could.
Well, we support sex workers here. It's fine.
Yes,
That's what they
okay.
do.
And yeah, it's you don't even have to do anything sexual. It's just
No, it's just-
making money for streaming.
Esteban just did by saying that.
I'm just saying, I support anybody do make your money, boo. Make your money.
You can make your you
Exactly.
can make your money, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna
Make your money,
be-
babe.
I can't be doing that. I didn't do that, Jesse.
You
So,
did.
know.
Sure you did.
Maybe
She's gonna be like, I'll throw them away then. You said
I don't want
in
them
private
socks.
conversation.
I don't. Oh, goddamn! The socks are clean. What's it?
I hate these.
You should have known something was up when they came like they were already starched. You know.
There we go.
Mm,
I just
Present
wanted to
just-
bring up that it was fun to
this
find.
snap map.
It's going to shatter into a million pieces the first time you drop them.
They're
I'll
like
be right back.
he's hitting the. He's hitting them against the table. Clock, 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 clock.
No,
Some of us are not going to make it to the next show by the look on Bill's face.
Oh no.
We're going to have to re-roll this cast.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to be talking about toys?
Yes.
I got Plastic Man.
What kind of socks does he wear?
Mm.
None.
Oh, look at that.
Himself.
Nice.
Oh,
No,
shit,
no.
oh gosh,
Himself.
sorry about that.
He's got some hot dog feet.
Yeah, he does.
ugh.
Yeah, he got web toes, right?
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
Sorry about that, guys. That was a free one for
Hot
everybody. There.
dog feet.
No,
First was
they
free.
actually did though. They did the Plastic Man feet right. Look at
Yeah.
that. They're all connected and
You
all
could change
gross.
him with the McFarlane feet.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could.
Oh yeah.
But
you don't
why
have
would I do
socks.
that? That wouldn't be accurate now.
Mm.
These would actually
funny.
these would have actually been more
Yeah.
accurate for Todd if they'd have made these white, like they look like socks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
yeah, so I got this guy. I still had to do some work on him. Still had to dremel this neck down because it was originally when the head popped on, you had something like this going on. So there's a big gap right
Yeah.
there in his neck.
Mhm.
So just
Damn.
dremeled in real quick, and now he's good to go.
Average McFarlane experience.
Yeah, and then I gave him some new hands because he only came with like one fist on the right hand, and then an open weird hand on this.
And you
side.
painted him,
So-
right?
Yeah, had to paint these hands. So I took these hands from who was it? Malnourished Superman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This guy right here.
What is Superman?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not enough sun in his
Nemo.
diet.
We miss Superman.
Yeah. So took his hands because he don't need them, and gave them to Old plastic boy here. Which, gosh, the more I look at him, I would be really happy if Ben Schwartz got this role,
Mhm.
But it's also really sad to know that we probably won't ever have Bruce Campbell in this role. So,
Ah,
God,
Or Jim Carrey would have been great
Oh.
too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
Did you end up eBaying that figure, or did you buy the whole wave?
I ended up getting the whole wave for much cheaper through GameStop. Like
Oh, good.
I caught the pre-order before it went up, so I was able to get it for like I want to say I got it for 85. It was 85
Oh,
maybe,
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
which
That's pretty
is okay because I did end up getting like I got this this Aquaman's actually pretty decent for whatever.
Buddy, is he looking
Okay.
straight?
Yeah. He
Oh,
actually
cool.
this, so
Oh, it's
Everything-
Bill.
everything about this guy, like the head looks way better than that other one. It's got there's a cool skin tone going on here. They did a nice job. I mean, it's for
Make it. You gotta make a comparison scene, like
I don't even know where that other one is.
holding him against
the garbage.
towards the camera and you onto the side.
Oh yeah, he's got a very blonde beard though. Like look at that, which looks good. This is very Peter David.
He kind of
so-
looks like a cartoony Chris Hemsworth.
And this
Now
is
that
kinda-
you've reread that stuff, what do you think of the
Yeah,
that
let's
version
every
of
white
him?
guy with beards, Chris. Let's every white guy with a beard.
I guess like since
Go
I
ahead.
reread it, it's the weirdest Aquaman story ever. He's not as much of a jerk in the comics on those
Mhm.
in those specific books as I remember him being. Not like he is in like the JLA cartoon.
Yeah.
Because he was terrible there. What a oof. But
Makes you want to throw a car battery into the ocean. He's so mean.
yeah, he's so horrible, dude. But the man, I don't know. There's so much weirdness with this comic. It was insane. And like these actually being these are like part of him.
Mhm.
Like he has skin fins, which is nasty.
Ooh,
And that's
Yeah,
why I
that-
thought he was going to marry that dolphin.
Oh, dolphin. Well, the character dolphin's awesome, but the other dolphin that one got real weird. But they
Mm-hmm.
quashed that fast. I was like, come on, man. This
You
is
saw
weird.
that fan, saw his, said, "Hey, let's make
Yeah,
this happen."
it was like turning into like something weird they would have done with the Jungle Book with Mowgli. Mowgli been like, I think that's gonna be my sister, or my, that's gonna be my mate right there. It's like you can't do that, man, cub.
Even they know. They're like, no, something's not right here.
We don't have to do that, do we? Yeah, but
BCL
the book was weird. The book's weird, but I guess it wasn't terrible, but it was it's a product of its time.
Mhm.
Yeesh. Yeah, but
Aged
Yeah,
like
when that
milk.
dolphin said the N word with the hard R, I was very concerned.
no, 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 dude. Aquaman ends up having a son in that one, but it's like not Arthur like Jr. It's with a native like Inuit woman,
Mhm.
and yeah, he ends up. It's wild, man. If you've missed out on this, go back and read it. It'll take you like 2 days. It's just and then unfortunately I did have to buy the whole wave.
I've always liked that costume for Superman.
I was gonna
cool.
ask if anybody liked this.
I liked it. I like red and
Did
blue.
you? So it's Anthony that's just like, ugh.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
me too.
I mean, make no mistake. It was a dumb time in Superman's history, but the costume and I guess the powers in and of it, like I don't know, in a weird kind of way. I don't hate it. You know,
It's Smurf. It's Smurf Superman.
I will say like this figures for the McFarlane stuff and whatnot, it's nice. The paint job's really, really good. Like you've got a nice clean, crisp logo here, especially with this being white paint over blue. You've got like no bleeding, no smudges or anything, so that's very impressive. I've already got like 2 or 3 John Stewarts that I love. This figure's this one he feels like he's got those more weird proportions than some of the other ones. The head sculpt's good, paint's good. I like that. I like the texture on this right here, and this poor Batman is like,
It's another one.
You just
that's it. He's looking up right now.
he had an
Is
alien
it a head with neck or?
Yeah,
Oh damn.
yeah, that's what they did with Plastic
Gosh.
Man. Well, I don't know. I don't really follow a lot of these figures. I was actually kind of excited for this one. I thought he might be cool. But anyways, not excited anymore.
Plastic
Was that
Man.
what you expect?
Yeah, they-
Average McFarlane
The neck,
experience.
yeah. So yeah, for that neck, but it actually has pretty good range now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. because they I guess they did it for that stretch
Oh,
neck
yeah,
that comes
okay.
out like or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
which is pretty cool. Like I like the parts that he came with, but he's also got that lasso hand that's like I wish they would have given us something maybe different or
A mallet or something.
yeah, like a
I
weapon.
think Toy Force made them made a pretty funny picture with that once.
Yeah, I still have
Is one of the
old edition
hands?
somewhere.
Is one of the hands? Can you pop it out
The
on
you can
on the long ones?
no,
Hmm.
I know,
You're
right?
just gonna have to wait for the mega fig reissue of it.
Right.
Get all the parts in one.
Well,
Also,
yeah.
they did it's very strange. Like while you can move them at the shoulders, you know, like a normal one, there's no bicep swivel. But then there's just like it's just hard. It's just hard plastic.
So it's not even bendy.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, not for rubber. It's just like
Mm.
regular plastic.
So it ain't got a wire in it and all that.
No. And then these
Oh,
fingers
okay.
are actually connected right here,
Huh.
which is really gross.
Yeah.
Live long and prosper.
But I do
Looks
like
you're almost better off going back to the DC Universe exclusive one.
that's my favorite one. But also this is pretty good. I like.
That's a
That
nice
is a
head.
good head sculpt.
I like that head.
Man, that's meme worthy.
Yeah,
Mm.
these are- yeah. Looks like he'd be really. I want to put him on like the Earthworm Jim body.
No,
That is an
I'm
Ace
excited for
Ventura
those.
face for sure.
Yeah. Very. So, anyways, there's your review for the week. Some random McFarlane figures. If you're thinking about getting plastic, man, he's neat.
Don't.
You might, I don't know. Is he worth $100?
No, he's
No.
not.
No.
Wait for the complete package, and even then,
But
Wait
I
for
did,
discount.
I did get the the McFarlane version of the Aquaman that I didn't have, and it's actually a really good. That's like the best figure in the bunch besides the plastic man. That Aquaman's good.
Mm-hmm.
If you like McFarlane figures, then this is really good. And I
Check
think
yourself.
this would make a really, like you said, I think this would make a badass Thor. Like
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this head fits on, if you were to mod it a little bit under the neck. I bet this would fit on a Marvel Legend, and it would look. I mean, depending on the paint or the skin tone, it might actually look pretty good. But
Good.
that's a big if. I don't know. Let's see. But the head looks really,
Everyone
really
go buy it now, and if it doesn't work, blame Bill.
okay. Here we go. Just disclaimer. I don't know, man. Maybe it'll work. That's something else right there. Something's freaking strange. But I do like the skin tone. That's something I feel like a lot of companies struggle with if they can get like the skin tones to look, correctly, whether it's going to be paint or in the plastic. So, good job, Todd. You did it.
yay.
We're all happy. We're all happy about that too. But yeah. So that's another thing that I was thinking about the other day was I'd heard there's a rumor that the X-Men 97 they're putting the skins in. Were we talking about this, Esteban? Was it you? Yeah, that they're going to be putting them in Fortnite.
Yes, possibly.
there's-
Not be surprised.
So there's more like just more 97,
More money
like,
to
stuff.
spend.
Yeah,
Always.
well, but also it's like, what other waves are we going to get from that at this point? Because obviously things are kind of changing around in that as well in the show. And how have we got? Is it 2 waves right now?
We
Has
have
it already
2
been?
waves, and Dan Yoon actually tweeted something out earlier last week. Obviously, a lot of people are like, "Oh, we want a wave 3, and he had to tweet. I was like, "Look, we all love X-Men 97. We're glad it's taken off. We're glad you guys like the 2 waves, but we're already like actively in development and deep in the trenches for 2025 and 2026. So if anything, we wouldn't see anything till earliest 2027 for a wave 3.
Wow.
You know what? I don't know if that's quite right. You might see him next year, but there's no continuation for this year. Is what I think.
I think we could see like retro carded stuff that you could like fudge into like a night like from that era, but from the show, I don't know if they have anything because how long did it take for us to get like No Way Home stuff? Like how long did it take for? It takes them years to complete these teams because the only time they've ever gone all in on a team was Eternals. Like it's a balancing act. They're either like we could either go all in on this thing and it could potentially bomb, or best case scenario we put out enough to where it could like have people be content and then come back in like a year or 2.
Right.
And so it's it's X-Men, it's Marvel. I'm sure even if they went all in, they would have been like, oh, it would have sold like pretty well, but like they didn't have all the characters that were going to be in it. They didn't know if it was going to be any good or not. Like a lot of the Disney Plus stuff, I enjoy it all, but there are definitely like high highs and low lows. A lot of it.
Yes.
So 2 years minimum. I'm like, I can wait. I'll be fine. We're going to get plenty of X-Men comics stuff too.
Always.
Like we're getting that Cable that's coming out. That could definitely fit in with some of that stuff too.
Yeah, different. Well, I guess we'll see by the end of it all is if he's in the same outfit or not. Maybe
Right, or something like passable in like from that
yeah,
era.
he would definitely play in. I think.
I had to stop and think of which Cable you were talking about, but it's like the Capcom costume one.
Yeah. The Capcom one.
Yeah.
I know that one's kind of getting sold out in a lot of places because people are after that latest trailer for '97. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I gotta get this one," but OGs are like, "I gotta get it for the NBC display."
I think we're like, I wonder if the heads would swap out or whatnot. Like, I don't know. I really would like that version though from the cartoon.
Yeah,
like that whole everything, the whole aesthetic about that is really cool, and I would have loved to get a Forge. Would have been really nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I guess since they put him out in that 3-pack, they're not really rushing to. I guess
that's what I was saying. Like stuff that could like not 97, but kind of comparable. I can see them like reissuing that Forge on like a retro card, like single carded by itself, slightly different paint because the 3-pack isn't exactly his Jim Lee look, right? There are like some tweaks between that and when they were in the training or whatever. So like things like that, I could definitely see happening. So I think if you're an X-Men fan and you want like X-Men figure, I think we'll be fine because Jim Lee. As much as I'm kind of sick of Jim Lee figures, they sell, But I'm glad we're getting to other stuff like Astonishing. Another look.
It also cracks me up with where they're leading with it too, like with like Bastion, and there's that part where the like Hasbro's got to be like, man, we can't really release a Bastion right now, can we? Because the whole he came with the Sentinel, right?
Yeah, he did.
And it's like, see, this is why y'all need the HasLab.
that's why I messaged you. I was like, I'm gonna be rich. Of that Bastion.
That's so funny too, man, because that character has been around forever, and we've never gotten a figure for him until that Sentinel hit. Man, wasn't
there a Marvel Universe one, or am I remembering wrong?
Oh, 3 3/4.
I think there might have been, but I'm not 100%.
You could be right. Yeah, I remember. I actually sculpted a hand for him that comes out of Nightcrawler because he's the one that Nightcrawler bamped in front of and died when in the comics for the first time, and it was like, well, that's the guy that I'll forever hate. I can't stand Bastion. Yeah. And oddly enough, dude, he's voiced by the main guy in the TV show for The Gentleman. If you haven't seen The Gentleman yet, which threw me off, I was like, oh wow, that's really impressive. Like for him to bounce between those two roles. But anyways, I think their voice acting cast on that 97 is so good. I know it's a lot of the old cat, but man, for the people to be brought in and mixed with this crowd, I was like, God, that dude doing Cyclops is crazy good.
Yeah, and he's not even the original guy.
I know,
so much alike.
Nuts, man. He fits so well. I'm like, geez, this is nuts. So I don't know.
I figure if the original voice actor dies, that gives whoever comes in the license to kind of make it their own. This guy said, nope, it's gonna be the same thing. You're not even gonna be able to tell the difference.
Right.
That's right. Cool,
same thing like Gambit.
Yeah.
What about Gambit? He did? Yeah. Okay.
Johnny's like, oh, Johnny doesn't care about Gambit at all. I actually really liked Gambit in this iteration of the show. I've never been. It is what it is with him, but I was like, dang, all right. Everybody has been done so well that I even ended up liking Jubilee.
Right.
What is going on? Yeah. Christine's like, she does fireworks. I was like, yeah.
She does fireworks.
She's a firework from her hand. Watch out, her fingers make sparks. That was just like
she's at her most important on the 4th of July.
Yeah, but then they set her up and they had her do that like giant that punch where she came down, charged up, and I was like, okay, all right, Jubes, I see you. And then changing out the outfits and stuff, I was like, all right, this show's having fun. Like we're having a good time with this one right now. I was like, this is every episode I'm geared up, and by the end I'm like, I'm sad because the credits come up. I don't want the credits to come up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. That's been a real trip. And then I don't know if we talked about this last time, which I think we probably did. But did we mentioned the Ghostbusters last time, right?
Mhm.
Has there been any other releases that are like kind of got you guys like super hyped up that are coming from any other line right now that are just like kind of blowing your
Yes.
mind? Yeah,
Arthur
what's on
Rampling.
your mind?
I'm super excited that they're doing Dopo for the Baki the Grapple line from Storm Collectibles.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and
I've been a fan of that series for 15, 16 years.
and they're what? Not only that, but they were doing a Cobra figure too, right?
Cobra looks great. King of Fighters stuff looks real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then we got
They're doing Nikki, and that's like right up their alley. But that is a silly game.
Cody from Final Fight too, right?
Yeah,
Was it Axel or Cody? I can't remember.
yeah. They
It was Cody.
it's Cody, and they teased an Ultra Street Fighter 2 Bison and T-Hawk.
I saw the
Mm.
T-Hawk. Yeah. I was like, man, if they make Hagar, it's over.
Mm.
Like, I'm
I
done.
feel like Hagar's gonna. In fact, if they want to make him and then make his version from Saturday Night Slam Masters, they got me twice.
Yeah, dude. That's such a cool character. I would love to see him like with like a mayor's desk as well.
I
Like-
feel like that might happen too, just because the person who did the art for that game is Tetsuo Hara, who they did the Cyber Blue figure, and they're absolutely.
Yeah.
And there was another one they're doing. Fist of the North Star figures are doing in the 1/6, so they like Hara, so there's a chance.
Is there? I know you guys keep up a little bit more than I do, but is Mortal Kombat off the table now for Storm, or do
Yeah,
we
they haven't
know?
said anything.
Yeah, nothing confirmed just yet.
Oh man, that's such a bummer. Oof.
But if you notice, nobody's officially doing Mortal Kombat currently.
Mortal Kombat has
Yeah.
been put on hold for everybody.
Yeah, because like Marvel has
I
done
wonder why.
it with
The
the
license.
That's one of those things that was kind of bothering me when that rumor first popped up. Oh, Storm's lost. It's like, look how long it's been since McFarlane put something out.
Yeah, no, they didn't lose it. It's just on hold and that's for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Man.
they didn't lose it.
I'm glad I got
They'll
Kano
make more.
before that happened. Whew.
And somebody said to me, well, it's been a while since McFarlane did anything, but it's been even longer since Storm showed something. I was like, yeah, McFarlane moves a little faster. They caught up to where they were approved,
Yeah, and Shiva has been delayed.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting on her. Like she's like one of the last ones. I remember I think the last thing that they'd shown off, I remember was Cabal, like a proto of Cabal. But also, my God, like the Katana and Melina that were shown off years ago, which I know Storm's. So it's like it's kind of funny, like how people like really go in on the company a lot of times. Like Ori was talking about a minute ago. Like why what is it with you guys? And they're like, it's not. A, we didn't know, or B, we couldn't do anything, and C, we couldn't say anything about it because it's whatever the company's deal. So it's like it kind of hopefully it puts some things in perspective for people to really take a look at that side of things and be like, look, it might be the company, it might be the parent company that's talking to the company, but it's like, oh man, business.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to
Yeah,
figures. We're going to
Just
pay
step
for them
back and wait till you got official answers before drawing conclusions.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but here we are being humans,
Yeah.
Is there anything? Like I said, is there anything? I was actually going
More
through
morals.
looking up some of my pre-orders the other day, and I was reminded of the premium DNA, like the Earthworm Gem stuff, which I'm very excited about that. And then I don't know, just like more classic video game stuff like that. Seeing Storm jump into that, which it always makes me nervous because it's like, all right. And I see Doggo down there saying like he's gonna be so pissed if it's Cody and Guy and not Hagar. But it's like, you want that set, you want those, you want to collect. We all like to have our teams and whatnot, especially if it's like a 3-man or 4-man team. It's like, dude, come on,
There's only 3 playable characters in that game. Make them.
like that's it. That's really all we need. Are you guys excited about anything else coming out? Like, is there anything that we haven't mentioned that's gonna hit?
I pre-ordered that Dark Empire Luke from Hot Toys.
Oh man,
Ooh.
Yeah, he looked really good. He looks
that
really
new
good.
Darth Maul looks great too.
Oh,
I was surprised. I'm like, people are complaining like, oh, we just got one a couple months ago, or a couple months ago or a year ago. I'm like, dude, you can see you don't see that it looks like just like paint. It looks great on it. Like it's not.
And his teeth.
His teeth look disgusting, but it's good how good they look. And like they had the speeder with him too. I'm like, dude, I was surprised. I'm like, this is great. I might get a Hot Toys. I'm like, I don't collect 1/6.
Yeah.
Me neither. But
Same boat.
I'm like, but it looks great. But if they show a Star Killer, maybe I
Yeah.
I
might.
mean, the best thing about these new
They did show Star Killer, didn't they?
lightsaber, the best thing about these new lightsaber. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
The best thing about these lightsaber wielding characters, they all come with them a USB powered lightsabers, no batteries and stuff.
I
That's the
feel like
great
more things should adopt that at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, for real.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wonder what the production cost on something like that is, for especially like because I know for a while there you could actually buy like these really they were for the I think they were for Mega Man model kits. You could buy these tiny little lights, and there was a battery and a light in one thing, and you click it and it lights up the sword. And those little things became so expensive. It was ridiculous. Did it do it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can find it. You can find them on Amazon for like $8 or $9.
Let's see if it works. Might work. There you go.
God dang it, stupid thing. I did actually talking about like scales you don't really collect. I'm not sure what the scale is. I guess it's 1/18 or 3 3/4. But I found the Altered Beast and the Final Fight figures the other day. I kind of want to pick up the Cody, like kind of want to, just to kind of take a look at it because it's a 3 3/4 inch figure that had butterfly joints. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, they're $9, dude. Like it was $9.
Yeah,
Like I'm not.
It's pretty much a steal.
But it's like worth like kind of picking up just to test. I always get interested when there's a new figure out like that, and I'm like, well, maybe we should test it out, see what's the quality here. Is this like Jada level, or because I feel like Jada once again is it seems like across the board are loving Jada, and I feel like they just kind of came out of nowhere, and we're like, hey, guess what? Right out of the gate, bam! Like these figures are awesome. I remember I was like, I'm not getting those, and Ori did
hold
it for
on.
me. Yeah.
So look, I am not one to knock Jada. I love Jada, but Jada has had some slight. You look back at the cereal monsters, Frankenberry.
I'm about to say,
that piece of fruit does not want to stand up for nothing.
I forgot that they
He's a
did
fan.
those. I was thinking Street
But-
Fighter.
But they have made strides in that very short amount of time.
yeah.
Cool.
And
Okay, I got
I
you.
still got all three of them up there. And I love them. But
Right.
like,
Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
They've
yeah.
had to make some little growings here and there, but
Right out of the gate with their Street Fighter line, I'll say that then. And they really did a good job. And then the Mega Man figures are
100%.
also very nice as well.
yeah.
So yeah, you're right though. You are right. The sculpts were there, right? But it was like the
100%.
quality.
Yeah.
But the quality
And
was
it's the spin, and again, those actual characters kind of lend themselves to a nightmare of trying to get them to stand up. You have these spindly little legs on these giant bodies. I mean,
yeah.
what do
It
you
looks
expect?
those figures look like they'd be right at home on a silicone body. You know what I mean? Like it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the pink, like it's just solid color bodies. Like for those, it's just like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no what
But
is it?
again, though, I
seamless.
mean, like there are ways to fix those joints. So not a
Sure,
big
and
deal,
they obviously
they
were
learned.
listening
Jada learned from.
Yeah. quickly too. And then for them to also be like, you know what, we're also going to jump into soft goods. I was like, all right, but not go
That's what
crazy.
I'm hyped about.
Well, if you're going to do it, start with Rubber 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about those how those cyberpunk figures gonna turn out.
They got to
I'm
be
excited for 'em.
I'm very curious and excited for those as well.
Yeah, because I guess like mass produced soft goods on a line like that. That's they're very affordable. If you're gonna change, I wonder if it's
anywhere
gonna change
from
the price.
$20 to $25. I haven't even seen a figure above $25 yet.
Right. I wonder if those are gonna. I wonder if that's gonna up the cost.
I mean,
but
No,
even-
Ed Bison.
even
Ed
if it
Bison
costs-
had a cloth cape that's wired.
yeah. Okay. And it was same price.
$25. Yeah, same price as all the others. Yep. And he's larger as well. I mean,
They could have
he's-
easily said this is a deluxe figure, right?
Oh, yeah,
Correct.
so I thought they were
Yeah.
going to do with that when he came out.
And
I was
they
like, oh,
didn't.
25. I'm like, also pre-order. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Props to Jada for that. That's pretty awesome.
On the topic of video game figures, did you see that Haya is going to do some Contra figures?
Okay.
Are they
Uh-uh.
are they
Really?
sick?
What
I saw
scale?
that.
What scale?
We don't know, but it's based on the newest game. So
Yeah.
I'd
Okay.
buy them.
Mhm.
Just because even if they're 3 3/4 inch figures, I'd buy them because I know how much fun the mini snake is from Revo, the mini Revo snake. And I
Mhm.
think that's why I was like kind of on the fence with the Cody from Final Fight. I was like, man, 3 3/4 inch figures would actually be, so for video. I don't know, man. They can be they
Okay.
can be a lot of fun, but I would rather them stick with. I think a lot of people are trying to stick with like as far as like if they have a Smash Brothers display, like that's almost like a lot of for us video game collectors. That's our scaling. It's like does it
Right.
scale well with all the stuff that I've got? And a lot of these companies have been doing it very well. Ori's shelf can attest to this. I know because it's like you look up there, and it's like, all right, yeah, everything looks cohesive with
Right.
itself. You can jump from different lines all over the place, and they're still working. So I'm interested to see what the Contra twins will. Is it the new ones? Are they still Lance and Bill? Are they different?
I don't know, but they should look like the Bogendorf twins, I think.
Okay.
If you don't know who that is, Google that. You're welcome.
I still have my NECA ones, and
I'm about to say, yeah, NECA ones for
their accessories are awesome. Like, I think if for some reason, if by some crazy thing where NECA couldn't make figures anymore, but they were allowed to make accessories, I think that company
That would be good.
I think that company would still succeed, like no problem. Oh my God, Bimmy and Jimmy. I'll never forget that whenever I was a kid playing Double Dragon. It was like Bimmy and Jimmy. I'm like, Bimmy? Who the heck? His name's dude's Billy. Who what's the company making Double Dragon, Johnny?
Syndicate Collectibles.
How have we seen anything on any of their stuff since?
We've seen prototypes at shows, and then we've seen some teases for new stuff like King of the Hill. They got a Bender figure coming. They're doing Pumpkinhead stuff.
Wow,
Okay.
A Bender would be cool. Oh, Pumpkinhead. Like, oh, hell
The
yeah.
horror movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
right on. I remember McFarlane had one. Very cool.
I'm assuming that's going to be a statue, though, just because it's Jerry that's running it. He used to do the Pop Culture Shock statues, and he did state-of-the-art
Okay.
toys.
Okay. Well, I don't.
Man.
It's Pumpkinhead. I mean, it's like for the horror fans. I mean, I'm sure there's something
Right.
I'd love to see. Like, even if they did like a Rawhead Rex, which is kind of a deeper cut for some horror fans. Like, I would take even a big statue. It feels like an 8-inch statue in scale. There was something I noticed the other day. It was McFarlane doing the Movie Maniac stuff again,
Yeah.
kind of bringing it back. And there's
Music Maniacs.
they're
He just
doing
did.
the dude from like
Oh yeah.
Big Lebowski, and it says 6-inch scale, and I'm like, so the head sculpt looks good. I'm like, can we turn
Put it
this
on that
into?
Thor body.
Yeah, I was like, can we turn this into something else?
Yeah.
With these 6-inch scale, it's going to be the plastic, so they're ready to be modded. It's just going to take a lot of work, but you might be able to start making some really cool stuff again. Utilizing some of these movie and music maniacs. I did see also that the
Well, they're
NECA's
slightly articulated as well, and at least
are they?
the music
Music ones
Maniacs
are, yeah.
Oh, okay. They might.
got
Okay.
elbows, knees. Yeah.
All the music.
Okay.
That Eddie figure they showed is so bad. though.
Toes, knees,
Makes me
and
want to
toes.
go buy one of those NEC Amigo ones out of spite.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, even the Rob Zombie ones, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting it and repainting it.
There you go.
But it just like they're very flat.
I would say that the Alice Cooper one's probably the best looking, and if you look at all of them, that's being generous. You know,
Right.
I did see the NECA
Less
Bon,
worse.
the NECA Bon Jovi figures out.
right? They're going to make music ones, and where do they start? Right in Jersey.
The
We're going to go
mo-
with Bon Jovi.
And the most I don't know. I wouldn't call that the most iconic Bon Jovi look. I just
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't have started with Bon Jovi. Nothing against the fella. I'm not starting with John Bon Jovi.
You would have started with John Cougar Mellencamp.
Well, he's more local, so possible.
Paul and or Oates.
Oh, they hate each other now, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
you
that
can't-
can
you can't
get
put 'em
that
in a
actually
two-
signed.
You can't put him in a
You could-
2-pack, dude.
No, you couldn't do a 2-pack. It has to be single.
Fight it out.
Legally, they have to be separated at this point.
Doggo, we're gonna end it with Doggo says we need a Jonathan Davis figure. Has he
Only
not?
if
Has,
he's
has,
got a sound box, it makes him make all them weird beatboxing noises.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
have we not earned the right to have a corn and like Limp Biscuit figures?
No, thank you.
I would buy a Fred Durst so quick. I ain't even kidding.
Beatles. The Beatles.
I unironically still enjoy Limp Biscuit.
Yeah,
I'm not
same
proud
here.
of it,
I do
but I
as
do.
well.
As
Yeah.
is
It
Ray.
comes
do
with
as
the
well.
fucking ball cap. Like,
Yeah.
here you go.
His,
I
his,
mean,
smells
music
like hot dog
figures
water.
could be an episode by itself for me.
his
though,
Western wear.
Right.
Yeah. It just looks like
we
a
need a bunch of different princes first off.
yeah.
Joe by
Those are
Joe.
Prince.
Joe by Joe.
You could do a whole Prince line.
Right down to
dude.
the outfit
Yeah,
where he
Prince,
turns
I'll buy
around and
every
his ass
single
is
one.
hanging out.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you,
yeah.
dog.
No.
Day one. Yes, as Bo gets it. All right,
No.
guys. Well, thank you. Thanks for showing up today and talking everything, because that's what we do here. Everybody obviously agreed on everything today. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Sure
I'm
did.
glad we did that. Ez really loves. We learned that he loves Limp Bizkit.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
sure.
He's got a
Keep on rolling.
backwards new Yankees hat.
No,
He's
thank
new.
you.
He's new era committed. Sweet, no. But seriously, thank you guys for showing up. Thank all of you guys for showing up and everybody watching. I do want to go ahead and do a quick thanks to our patrons out there. My man Esteban Baraza, Maximo Juarez, Jumpgate Customs, Creeper 13 Creations, Chrisman, Gerwal. Saw you in the chat today. Thanks, Gerwal. Brian C. Williams, The Dave Wonder, Nick Rodriguez, and Alexander Linton. New patrons. So thank you so much for
There we go.
all the support. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate you guys, and like I said, it pays for these streams. So thanks. We really appreciate that. I really appreciate that too. So I don't have to
Okay.
pay to talk to these guys. It's weird. You know what I mean? It's just-
Bruh.
we could always do the Maru fans thing like I pitched, but you don't
Yeah.
want to. We'd
Yeah.
be selling socks.
We're not
Yes.
going to do that. We're not going to.
Yeah, we've already
All
started. Sample.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Rock
And,
sample package.
no. Yeah, Jesse's got one. But
Marundis.
yeah.
Marundis.
No.
Marundis.
I want to say like Marundawear.
Marundis.
Thank you
Marundis.
guys
There you
for
go.
showing up today.
Marundis.
Remember to take care of each other
Marundaki.
out there, and that the impossible just takes a little longer. We'll see you later.
And some more money.
Thanks. And Ez is going to keep on rolling.
No.